On February 3, 2020, police in Boca Raton, Florida, received a report about a deceased person in a parking garage. They found the body of 59-year-old Jay Noiman. He had been stabbed and strangled to death. While processing the crime scene, investigators learned that Delray Police had encountered Jay's son, 26-year-old Jared Noiman, during a traffic stop earlier that morning.
Can you put your hands on the wheel, buddy? Okay. Hey, I'm Officer Smith. The reason why I pulled you over is you don't have any lights on.
Oh, sorry, sir.
Are you okay, bud?
Yeah, I just had a nosebleed.
You sure? You don't need paramedics or anything? Okay. Yeah. Are you able to turn your lights on?
Yeah, how is, can you see that?
Okay. Do you have your license on you, buddy?
I don't actually, but I have my identification if you need it.
Yeah, if you have your ID. Hold on a second. I don't want to get blood on my... You sure you didn't get, like, beat up or anything?
No, I just had a nosebleed. I get them all the time. And it just kind of broke your hip when I was driving.
Oh, okay.
The traffic stop, combined with surveillance footage from the garage, made Jared a prime suspect in his father's murder. Soon, Jared was stopped by Boca Raton police, who arrested him for driving without a valid license. He was taken down to the station for questioning.
Yeah.
So who do you live with down here?
I just moved down here by myself.
At 12 years old?
No, not at 12. I was older.
Police decided not to mention the murder right away in hopes of Jared revealing incriminating information.
I didn't, wait, what?
You said you moved down to Boca here when you were 12.
Instead, officers discussed the family situation, hoping Jared would say something about his father. Jared shared that his parents were separated and his mother was living in Ohio.
When did you move down here to Florida?
When I was 18.
When you were 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And who'd you stay with once you got down here?
I just moved down here. I just stayed by myself.
In like a apartment, a house, or?
Like I just been staying in my car.
Okay. And did you get a job straight after that, or how do you?
It was really hard to get work for a while. I finally was able to pretty much get a job. I had a job on and off for a while, but this one, I've had it for a month.
That car that you have, does anyone else drive it?
No.
You're the only one that drives it?
Yeah.
He avoided mentioning anything about his dad, or that they'd been living together in his father's car.
What is it? This is like...
We're just kind of curious. We're just trying to get to know, because we saw all that stuff in there.
Like,
it almost seems like there's more than one
kind
person.
Of like really weird questions. Like,
No, it just seems like there's more than one person living in the car and stuff like that.
More than one person living in the car.
There's a lot of stuff.
Right. For more than one person, yeah. That was all.
Just you?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said it was registered to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So take me back through again, when this incident happened last night, because this is that's the main thing that we're concerned about, is this person and trying to locate them.
I don't have any more information.
You don't have anything else? You don't have their phone number or anything like that?
I don't know them like that.
Okay. What did you do, so after you left the traffic stop in Delray, did you go anywhere to clean yourself up?
I mean, what is all this for? Why am I being questioned with all this stuff?
Well, we're looking into something else.
I have to be honest with you, Jared.
Yeah.
We do these cases. Unfortunately, we're trying to get information, obviously, because something happened to you.
Okay.
And when we sit here, we see, like my partner asked you before, is there something more? Because your mind kind of, went on to something else.
I'm just very stressed out and tired. I mean,
Well, that's what we think.
On Wednesday.
And that's the same thing with us, is that when we ask questions sometimes, we already know the answers to a lot of the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, like when you told the officers out there on the street that you didn't work again until Wednesday, and then you're telling us you worked today.
No, I didn't say I worked today.
Yeah, you did. You told us you worked today.
I didn't say I worked today.
Sunday, I think you said.
I said
right?
Sunday.
Yesterday. So you didn't work today at all?
No.
Okay.
Well, there's just certain things that you've been telling us that just kind of don't, they're really easy questions that, it seems like you're not telling us the truth on, so I don't really understand why you'd be...
I just feel like, kind of prying into my personal life, I don't know you people like that, what is this about? I mean...
Well, you had a lot of blood on you last night when they came into
That's my
contact.
problem, really.
Right, Right, but when a violent crime happens in Boca, then it becomes our problem because we have somebody out there who
But
might be
I
hurting people.
can't go get the guy for you. I don't know where he lives. I don't know him like that.
Right.
There's nothing I can do about
Well,
that.
sometimes what happens, Jared, is that people get scared and they don't always want to tell us things. Because, like I said, me and my partner, when we heard the information early today and last night, we did some research. And we kind of know where you are. That's a concern. So we don't know why you're not telling us everything.
I don't know why I'm even being questioned about this.
Well, because we want to just get to some even ground about
Even ground about what?
what happened.
What happened?
That's what we want you to tell us.
As far as I'm concerned, nothing happened.
I know you're concerned, but
Well, the other thing that you have to think of in this is that you're telling us one side of what happened, right? That this guy beat you up.
You're right.
But obviously, there was a fight, so we don't know, if you could have hit him and he could have got a concussion or anything like that. We also have to make sure that that other person's okay.
I mean, fights happen all the time.
and
Every
if this
single
person,
day.
yeah, but what if this person, we're trying to get your side of the story. What if this person comes in, like my partner's saying, and wants to make a complaint against you that you attacked him?
He can go ahead and do that. By all means, if he wants to say that, then he can come in and say it.
Is that what happened?
What?
That you attacked him?
No, but if he wants to say that, that's fine.
Well, and that's why we have to do an investigation and kind of, get to the truth about what happened.
Realizing their tactic isn't working, please change their approach.
I can tell you, Jared, in most places nowadays, there's video
Yeah.
of everything.
All these places that you're saying that you go to and stuff like that, they all have video. So that's why we're saying, you said you're on your motto, but we've already kind of checked that out, and that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Because when we have that call from Delray and you had that much blood on you, and they tell us you get in a fight on your motto, we got to go and make sure that the other person's not on the ground, totally injured.
Well, they were. You probably would have seen them, right?
Right, and they weren't.
Right.
And that's why we had to kind of
Everything's
check
fine,
about,
it sounds
right, and that's
like-
kind of how we had to check about your story about it happening over there.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't believe it happened over there.
All right.
So what can you tell us about what actually happened?
I don't have any more information. Whatever I said is what I've said.
Were you by the beach yesterday?
I mean, what is this about?
Just asking you, were you by the beach yesterday?
I don't want to answer any more questions. I feel like I'm being targeted for something. Like interrogating shit out of me. Like every little detail about my life is my life, I don't really share it with people. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Give us a minute.
Okay.
Hang on a minute.
Detectives leave to regroup. When they return, they put pressure on Jared, pushing him to talk about his father or open up about his feelings.
Alright, Jared. There's a couple things I want to go over with you, okay? And I'm going to talk, and I just want you to listen to what I've got to say, okay? And afterwards, if you have something to say about it, you can tell me, okay? But there's some stuff that's concerning to us, okay? And we know certain things, and the reason we ask you certain questions is because we kind of already know the answer to them. So we're waiting to kind of see how honest you're going to be with us. So that's why we do these things. Let's start with the 7-Eleven.
What about 7-Eleven?
You're on video there by the beach, the 7-Eleven.
Okay.
So you told us you weren't at the beach.
I didn't say I wasn't at the beach. I said I didn't want to answer any more questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to explain why you said you were over at your motto when you were really at the beach?
What? This is just very confusing.
What are you confused about? Because I'll help you. I'll help explain it to you for whatever you're confused about.
Since that's your dad's car, how do we get a hold of your dad to tell him that's his car and we have it? Because we got to release it to somebody. crazy.
I just don't want to answer my questions.
We're gonna go through the car. We have the car.
Okay.
So whatever happened, you get into an altercation with somebody. We have the video from, you know, everybody wears body cams, right? Now, from the Delray Beach Police Department.
Okay.
So we saw how much blood there was on you. I also see the injuries that you have.
Okay.
All that blood was not your blood.
Okay.
So that blood's gonna be in your car. Okay? And you know who that's gonna come back to?
What?
Who's the blood gonna come back to?
What do you mean?
In your car. The blood in your car that was all over you that's not yours because you only have a couple small injuries.
I didn't even see any blood in my car.
There was blood all over you last night. All over your face, all over both of your arms, all over your pant legs, all over your feet.
I can see it on the outside of your car and on your armrest and on the center console. From standing outside your car, you can see it. It's called transfer. That's when blood transfers.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty skinny. I mean, I didn't think I could pack that much of a punch to them, but.
You did. That's why we're here. You pack a good punch. We know exactly where it happened, and we know who the condition that person's in.
You just said you didn't know the person, and you're trying to get.
I said I know who the person is.
How are you guys changing your story like that?
We're not changing the story at all. You're not listening. And you're nervous right now? Because I can tell.
I mean, I'm very stressed out, yeah.
I know.
I know.
And I would be stressed out if I was in your situation too.
Why?
Because as my partner said, with all that blood on you last night,
Yeah.
and being in this altercation that you're telling us you were in last night,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have that person's blood on you, and it's going to be in your car. So once we get the
Why is it
DNA,
going to be in the car?
because it was on you,
Yeah.
and you were in the car. You start saying things that you really might not even believe yourself what's true anymore, because you've said so many lies, you don't know what's
I
true.
wasn't trying to lie. I was just trying to divert away from the truth
Of course.
because
The
you know
truth
I don't
hurts.
want because I don't want everyone knowing my business.
Okay.
None of
Well,
my business.
I think you're diverting from the truth, and I've been doing this a long time.
Okay.
I think you're diverting from the truth because the truth hurts you.
Wait. Okay. Am I gonna get hurt then?
You're not getting hurt, but the truth, as my partner asked you before, is
Emotionally.
everything okay? Emotionally, the truth is hurting you right now.
How am I hurting?
Mentally, I think you are hurting, yeah.
I think physically I am because I have chronic pain,
Okay, well, that's part of it.
so I am hurting then.
I believe you.
Okay.
And I think, like my partner said before, when she was asking you the things about what you're thinking, I think that was like maybe some sort of a mental anguish that you're having a little bit. Fighting that.
What do you mean mental anguish?
Upset. Whatever you were thinking
Why
about made
was
you
I-
upset.
Why would I be upset?
You paused a little while ago when we were talking to you, and you looked like you got really emotional. Remember when I asked you, is everything okay?
And I said I was fine.
Yeah, but you didn't look fine.
Well, I apologize for that.
You don't have to apologize for it.
Well, it was a misunderstanding then. I mean, I don't always control the way I look. You know, if somebody perceives the way I look one way or the other, I mean, I can't have control over that person's perception. So, you know, I wasn't upset. I was just like had a mental, like, you know, blockage. But
So obviously, Jared, we're here about your dad. I mean, we
what's
can't
wrong with
be
my dad?
we can't be any more clear about that.
Why are you here about my dad?
Tell us.
I would like you to tell me. Why are you here about my dad? What happened?
I think it's obvious that you know because all the questions that you've been avoiding today have had some sort of relation to your dad. There's certain things that you've been honest about and certain things that you've lied about, and every single thing that you've lied about has had to do with your dad.
Wait, I'm confused.
What are you confused about?
What is this? What are we talking about?
Your dad.
Okay, what's going on with that?
You tell us.
I would like you to tell me.
The last time you saw him, when was it?
What's going on?
Again, you want us to tell you, answer her questions.
I would like you to answer my question.
I'm answering a lot of your questions, a lot more than I normally do.
What about this one? What's going on? What is the issue?
So we're talking about the same person. You have to answer her questions. I mean, it's the only way we can get to the bottom here. We can't tell you things that we can't verify.
What are we trying to get?
If you answer her questions, we can give you information. If
I
you
don't
answer her questions,
I don't
we can't
have
give
any
you
answers for any questions. I just want to know what you're even talking about. If you hear about my dad, what's wrong with my dad? Is there something you can tell me about my dad?
We would like to tell you what we know about your dad and what's
Okay.
going on, but until we verify some information, like the last time you saw him, like she asked you, we really can't.
What does that have to do with you telling me about what's going on?
It has a lot more than you think.
I don't understand.
But for you to sit here and not be able to answer a simple question for us and avoid it, that doesn't say a lot about you.
I know.
It doesn't say a lot of good.
There really ain't much to me. I'm homeless. I'm poor. I don't
That's
have
not an
any
excuse.
friends.
That's not an
I'm not
excuse.
making excuses.
Oh, you are making an excuse.
Why? What do you mean it's an excuse?
You're
I'm just
making an
saying that's
excuse.
what I'm saying that I'm not a great person. Okay, I'm homeless. I'm poor. I don't have a lot of stuff in my life.
That doesn't mean you're not a great person.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. There's a lot of good people who are homeless and poor.
No, they're
Yeah,
not
there are.
good people.
Yeah, they are.
No,
Yeah.
good people have
They don't
money.
do bad things.
Good people go to work every day and make an honest check.
Oh, yes.
Bad people go and beg on the street and do drugs.
No, it's not. Bad
Yeah.
people are dope. A lot of good people beg for money. They don't have
No,
anything.
they're not good people if they're begging for money.
Why?
Because good people work hard,
Not always.
always.
Absolutely not.
Because
There's a lot of
then-
people that are good people that work here at the police department.
if
They're
you're not
good people.
if you're not working hard, you're not a good person. You're not a real person.
Who tells you that?
God,
God tells you that?
yes.
Okay.
A man has to work.
Okay. What else does God tell you? To do the right thing in life?
What do you mean?
What I mean is God tells you to do the right thing in life, right?
What is the right thing?
Be a good person.
What is a good
When you make a
person?
mistake, admit to making a mistake. Don't lie about it.
Do you think that God forgives people?
No,
You don't think so?
No.
It's not what the Bible says.
that's the New Testament.
So what do you believe?
I believe that people who do wrong are punished, and then people who do right are rewarded.
And how does God punish people who've done something wrong?
I'm sure there's various different ways. Bible, the New Testament talks about hell. Personally, I believe there is a hell, and I believe that is a punishment for certain people. As far as little things, I'm not sure how God punishes people for like small, things that that aren't really a big deal, but still kind of cause a problem. But I think people who do really, really bad things, they do go to hell, and I think they stay
What do you
there.
consider a really bad thing?
That's pretty obvious. What would be a really bad thing?
Robbing somebody?
I guess it's just personal opinion,
So I'm curious to know what your opinion is. You think that somebody who robs somebody goes to hell?
I think that's for God to decide, and that I cannot decide that for God, because I'm not God.
So when you say really bad things, what do you mean then?
I mean, anything that God considers more bad than other things, He probably will send those individuals to hell.
So if somebody kills somebody else, they're probably going to hell.
If God considers that, heinous enough, then yes, they will go to hell.
There's nothing they can do to seek forgiveness?
Personally, I believe if God decides that you're going to hell, it's not a debate. You're going to hell.
There's no way back?
No.
Why not?
Because God's decided your fate. Why would He, if God decides something, if that is the all-powerful Creator, why would He go back on what He decides?
I don't know. What if you have a reason for killing that person?
Well, that's what I'm saying, is God can make, determinations on, let's say somebody killed somebody out of self-defense, right? So God might say, okay, well, you clearly just tried to defend yourself. You didn't mean to do that. And if you didn't do that, you would have been injured. So maybe I won't send you to hell. I might punish you. I might not. Or whatever I don't know God. You know, I'm just assuming this.
Right,
you know?
based on what you've learned, that's what you're thinking.
Or just, life experience and whatever.
Life experience?
Yeah. Or just, like, spiritual experience, life experience, whatever it is.
Where do you think you're going to end up?
I don't know.
Why is that?
Because I'm not God.
Well, have you done anything that you would think is bad and heinous enough that he would send you to hell?
It's not about what I think, it's about what he thinks. So I can't decide for him. I don't think I've done anything bad enough to go to hell, but when people go and they repent under the, like, that they don't do it again, like they say they're very, very sorry, right? And they beg for forgiveness, right? And they never do that thing again. I think God could possibly forgive it as long as it's not so, like, heinous, and especially if it's like, sometimes, things in life happen and the person couldn't even help it,
Right.
They couldn't even, there's just whatever the situation was.
I think the same thing.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot that God's willing to forgive people for. Do you have something you need forgiveness for?
Not that I know of. I mean, probably like, I don't know, it says in the Old Testament, thou shalt not steal. I mean, I've stolen before, so.
What about anything worse than that?
I mean, I never did adultery or any of that stuff, no.
About harming somebody else?
Like, fighting? I don't think God cares about fighting. It's like, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know, but in the commandments, he never mentions anything about fighting. It never says anything about, like, a fight. So I don't know what he thinks about that. I mean, I don't think somebody should just run up and just punch somebody, right? I think that's obviously bad, but I don't think somebody...
Sometimes there's a reason for it, right?
Yeah, sometimes people are bullying or harassing somebody, and they have to stand up for themselves, and they can't help it,
Exactly.
And if they don't stand up for themselves, they're going to be continually ridiculed, and,
Right. Sometimes people keep abusing you,
Yeah, and I mean... You don't know what to do because, especially if, the abusive person, like, they have, like, a situation where everything's kind of, like, in their favor and you're just kind of, like,
You don't know any other way out.
Right. Like, you have to defend yourself somehow.
So is that what happened?
What, when I fought that dude?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I fought back. I mean, I don't think God cares if I, like, punch somebody in their face, like, a couple times to defend myself. Like, why would he care about that?
Okay. Well, it's a little bit more than that.
What do you mean a little more than that?
It wasn't just punching.
It was kicking?
It was more than that. We're kind of skirting around it. We're going back and forth, okay? And I'm trying to give you every opportunity here to explain yourself and explain what happened. And everything that you're saying to me is kind of skirting around the truth. Like you said to me earlier that you thought your dad was mentally ill, right?
Yeah, I think he is.
You thought he had problems, right?
Probably.
You and him got into domestics all the time, right? Like
no,
arguments and stuff like that?
No, he would just, I wouldn't really, he had like a very big ego, right?
Right.
And, I just wanted to be like cooperative with him and he would constantly argue back and,
What were the things he would try to make you do? What were the things that pissed you off?
We never really got that into a big thing about it.
Well, you just did in January because you got arrested for it.
What, that little thing where they said assault and I went to jail for 1 day and came back out?
Yeah, so what was that?
That was, oh my God, that was him. Okay, so so me and him just argued. He called the police and he said, they were starting to say I tried to hit him or something and then they said assault and I was like, what the? And then at the end of the day, they just said, oh, well, you scared him. And I'm like, how did I scare him?
What were you arguing about, though? What pissed him off so much to call the cops?
I punched his car, and he's like, he got mad.
Why did you do that?
Because he was making me mad.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I know the things about my dad that piss me off and will set me off all the time. He's constantly texting me on everything that I need to do.
Oh,
I
I'm not
live in
texting.
my own house. My dad's always texting me about everything I need to do. That
Yeah.
type of stuff pisses me off. I don't want to talk to him anymore.
Right.
So what I'm asking is, I know what pisses me off about my dad.
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out what set you off that day.
About that little assault charge that they dropped because they didn't even have evidence
Yeah, that's
to
what we're
support
start
it?
with. Yeah.
It was nothing. He was like a wimp. He just called the police.
But like, why? Like, what?
Because he's a wimp.
Okay.
He just like, he's like the first person to like jump on the phone and call 911.
Does he like get pissed off that you aren't working as hard as you should?
I don't know. I don't know anything about my dad. I don't know. Like, I never knew him since the day I was born to now. I never knew a single thing about him because he doesn't like to share. He doesn't like to communicate.
He's standoffish.
Yeah, I mean, he's in his own little egotistical world where it all revolves around him. So I can't, it's like I'm talking to a wall when I talk to him.
Right. So how do you get your point across?
I don't.
You don't?
No, I just get ignored.
Does he work?
Yeah.
Okay. Was that what pissed him off about you? That you were living in a car and that you didn't have a...
I have no idea anything about his emotions because he doesn't be specific. He can get mad about something that, I don't even know why he's getting mad. Like, I'll even sit there and be like, why are we even arguing about this? Why are we even arguing? This is so stupid,
Mm-hmm.
And he just continues to argue because I don't know what his issue was.
Some people just are like that. You know what I mean? No matter how much you talk to them, no matter how much you say, you're not going to get through to them.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it is sometimes.
Did he ever hit you?
That's not really something I want to talk about.
Because, that's something that I would find upsetting.
Yeah, that would be upsetting, but I don't want to talk about stuff like that. I want to get into anything like personal stuff.
Okay. Well, I think some of that stuff's important. You know what I mean?
Why would it be important?
Because it has to do with why we're here today.
I'm still confused as to why you're even here.
Because you and your dad got into it.
Last month?
No, recently.
Recently?
Mm-hmm. Everything here revolves around your dad.
Everything here? What do you mean?
Yep, the reason why we're here right now.
Oh, it revolves around my dad?
Mhm.
Okay, so are you going to tell me what happened with my dad?
That's what I'm wanting you to tell me. And
How would I know what happened with my dad?
Because you're with him.
What do you mean I'm with him?
You were with him.
When?
Earlier this morning.
How?
I keep giving you answers and you keep asking me questions. That's not the way it works.
Ooh.
What I'm trying to do here is I'm giving you an opportunity.
Opportunity
Okay.
for what?
To explain what happened, okay?
I don't even know what happened. You're telling me something happened and then you're
Listen.
expecting me to
Sure,
say
she
something
asked you
happened.
a simple question.
I'm-
When was the last time you argued with your dad?
That's my business.
That's what she asked you. I know you always go back to that and you get defensive when you
I'm
don't
not
want to
trying to be defensive.
when you don't want to answer something and you know it's not going to look good, you don't want to answer it. I've been sitting here and
Doesn't matter how
I
it
haven't said a
looks.
word for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And you had a good conversation with her.
Okay.
And until she asks you something that you get defensive about, you back down totally. And they're simple questions. And you know what it means when you're not answering simple questions that she's asking you?
That I don't want people in my
It means
business.
you're hiding something. Because you lied to us and you didn't tell us you were
Sure,
at the
I'm hiding
beach.
something.
Well, you are.
What am I hiding?
How much blood was on you when Delray Beach Police Department pulled you over?
It was a decent
A
amount.
lot of blood.
Yeah.
Do you think a person who loses that much blood is going to be in very good shape?
It was mostly my blood.
No, it wasn't.
How do you know?
Because your injuries don't match that amount of blood.
I had a nosebleed.
No.
Yes, I did. How are you going to tell me I didn't have a nosebleed?
Because I know what a nosebleed looks like and it doesn't look like blood splatter on your face.
No, it didn't splatter on my face.
That's what your face looked like in the video that I saw.
Splattered?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes.
Jared, as you explained to us and you went through that whole dissertation about God and certain things,
Mm-hmm.
just because something happens, as my partner tried to say, there's two sides to every story.
Mm-hmm.
So the picture that you kind of painted, I'm kind of on your side as to what you're going through and what your dad was putting you through and the pressures you were feeling and the personality conflict. So I can understand that if something happened between you guys and it broke bad, that when you get two different personalities against each other like that, arguing, maybe you were defending yourself. We don't know, as you said. But unless, like she said, unless you tell us what actually happened and stop beating around the bush.
I don't even know what you're even talking about.
Last night.
Okay.
Tell us what happened. It's not that hard. It's very basic.
Like, what did I do last night?
Yeah.
I was at 7-Eleven, obviously,
And
apparently.
what'd you do after 7-Eleven?
I left 7-Eleven.
Then where'd you go?
I walked away from 7-Eleven.
To where?
To the bridge.
Okay, then where?
I mean, why is that anyone's business where I go?
Well, because
You
we want to
didn't
see
walk
if you're
towards the
honest.
bridge.
Because there's
Okay.
cameras all along that stretch there. So they
Alright,
showed right
so
where
I
you
didn't
went
walk
to.
towards the bridge.
Right, so those cameras show exactly where
So
you
it's
went.
not like you guys know everything already.
Well, we don't. Well, there's parts that we do know everything,
Yeah.
but what's people's intentions behind things? We can't, video doesn't show us that, and video doesn't show us the reason people do things.
I don't know why the dude came and hit me, but, you know, it's...
Did the dude hit you by the beach?
No.
By the 7-Eleven?
No.
What happened by the 7-Eleven then?
I got coffee.
Okay.
Okay.
What else did you get?
A black and mild.
How many times were you in there?
Twice.
Okay. What did you do in between those 2 times that you were in there? Because that's quite a long time, right?
What?
It was cold out last night, right?
Not that cold.
It's freezing. Last night? It was like...
He's from Ohio, maybe it wasn't that cold.
Last night it was like 50 degrees.
Yeah, it wasn't that cold.
No? Okay. I always thought that's why you got coffee.
Huh?
I thought that's why you said you got coffee.
No, I didn't say that at all.
Well, I assumed that when you get coffee, you're cold at night.
Oh, yeah, that's not something you should assume then.
I don't know. You're right again. You got me.
Yeah.
So,
Well, peop-
let me ask this, though.
Yeah.
So, you and your dad lived together out of that truck, right? So, when was the last time you saw your dad? I'm just standing up. My knees a little bit sore, if you don't mind. I'm just gonna stand. So, you and your dad lived together out of the truck. What happened? Let me ask you this. Let me go back. Only because I dealt with you years and years ago.
You know what?
I said you and I dealt with each other years and years ago.
When?
Probably 10 years ago.
When?
You were in high school, I believe.
And what happened?
Temple Bethel,
Temple Bethel.
over here on Southwest 4th Avenue, with the fire hydrants and the vandalism.
Fire hydrants?
You know, not fire hydrants, fire extinguishers. You and a couple of your friends. This was probably 10 years ago. Remember that or no?
Yeah, I do.
I can't remember what the kid's name was. Nice buddies. Your friends were nice. And you were polite that time too, so I don't have anything. But I met your dad then, during that case.
Mhm.
And he seemed pretty nice to me at that point, and I didn't really know yours and his relationship, but you were living with him at that point. So on Balboa Circle, I think it was, you were living with him at the time. And he seemed pretty successful. So what kind of happened, and again, not about you, but about him, what happened to your dad that things kind of spiraled and you and him are living out of his truck together? Did he just have a bad turn of events? Business went bad? What was the...
You can ask him.
I'm just asking you, I don't know.
It's not even my business to discuss. That's his business.
Well, you know, though.
I don't, as far as I'm concerned, I don't know anything.
But that's kind of going from having a business and a condo and that to you guys living out of the same truck is kind of...
That's his problem.
I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm just curious as to, did he mismanage his money? Did someone take advantage of him? Drugs, alcohol, bad luck?
I'm not that involved.
Oh, I mean, the cab of that truck and the back can't be more than this room. So if 2 people are living in this little room together, you're probably involved in his life.
Involved in...
His life.
Okay.
Whether you want to be or not. I mean, just circumstances. If you're living in a box like this together, like the car, you know, you guys are in each other's business. Which I can imagine gets frustrating. And if he's someone that was, like you had said earlier, controlling and, you know, living in his little bubble and, you know, you have to fit into his bubble, living in that circumstance can probably get a little tense and frustrating. So that's what I'm saying. You know, you're at least trying with your dad, you know.
Do you guys get like psychological training to do this stuff?
No.
No? You're just talking like that's really who you are?
Yeah, that is who I am. I'm an everyday Joe.
Jared tries to change the topic. In hopes of establishing his movements the day of the murder, police refocus Jared on his trip to the 7-Eleven and video of him buying coffee and cigars
Circle
there.
all the way around. I know I've talked a bunch of BS.
Okay.
Circle back around to the 7-Eleven the second time.
Okay.
What do you buy in there the second time? And she'll tell you the time if you
I
want
just
to know.
said the black and mild.
That was the
That's
first or the
first
second?
time.
No, that was the second time.
That was the first
I just
time.
said the second time.
What'd you buy the second time? What'd you buy the first time
The
then?
coffee.
So just a cup of coffee?
Yes.
And the second time you only bought a black and mild?
Black and mild.
Is that true?
Bought them both at the same time.
I bought coffee and a black and mild at the same time.
Second time you didn't buy anything.
What do you mean the second time I didn't buy anything?
You went in, used the bathroom, and left.
Okay, so I guess I used the bathroom then.
The black and mild drugs, or is that?
It's super drugs.
Is it?
Yes.
I don't know what a black and mild is. I'm
It's
being
nicotine.
honest. Oh, it's nicotine. Cigarette. Cigar?
Yes.
Okay. Makes sense. Do you put anything in it?
Heroin? I don't know.
You know, when you get in an altercation or something with someone,
Okay.
it'll tell, listen, if you're saying you weren't there and you didn't do anything,
Mm-hmm.
and we have DNA, and our DNA doesn't match yours, that says Jared wasn't here, Jared didn't do this.
But unfortunately, unless you tell us, walls we're stuck with is the facts and what we're looking at. And the facts don't make you seem very good. You know what I mean?
I didn't know like he was injured that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought I was more injured than him.
No, like you said earlier, you pack a punch.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did. You
No,
said,
I
I don't know I pack a punch. And I said, you pack a punch.
That's not me saying that. That's you saying that.
I know. You said, I didn't think I packed a punch. And I said, you pack a good punch.
Yeah, you said that. I didn't
Right.
say that.
Okay.
No, you do.
Well, that's just what we're saying, okay? So the person was injured very badly.
I didn't see them get injured. I was the one on the ground. He was standing over me. I don't see how he could have gotten injured.
We're not talking about Yamato, though. We're talking about near the beach.
What happened near the beach?
That's what I'm talking to you about right now. I'm telling you, near the beach, there's a bunch of blood. Somebody got injured. That same blood is going to be the blood that was on you and in your car. And right now, unless you tell me why that happened, all I have to go on is that it looks like you were the aggressor in the situation and you sought that person out and meant to hurt them.
Okay, so
So,
it sounds
Jared,
like you have it
listen,
figured out.
listen. What she's trying to tell you, we do have it figured out. But
Okay.
what she's trying to tell you is things like that physical evidence
Yeah.
and the phone records and video, that doesn't tell the personal story. You started to tell us the personal story before, and again, it's not pretty, I can tell. You get emotional when you start to talk about your own personal life, you get mad, and it's the relationship with your dad. And we talked about it before, that we got interrupted, and I was talking about this room. And you and your dad, who don't get along, are living in that truck together. And you and your dad just had a big blow up in a parking lot, and your dad had you arrested less than 30 days ago.
Yeah.
So it's not a good situation between you. So we don't know that situation, and we don't know the feelings, we don't know the anger, we don't know the fighting. All we know is the facts. So
Right.
what she's asking you is to tell us a little bit about that feeling part of it and make us understand, number one, what happened, and number two, why it happened. Just because something bad happens doesn't make people bad people. There's a reason behind it. But all that physical stuff doesn't tell us the reason, Jared.
Why? What reason for what?
What happened last night?
What did happen last night?
Somebody got hurt.
Okay.
Two people got hurt. You got hurt and the other person got hurt.
Right. So you say you have all this evidence that apparently I did something.
Mhm.
I mean, so I guess you're good.
We're good up to the part of why, and that's what we kept bringing back
What
to.
does that matter?
It matters a lot.
If you got evidence, then just that's all you need.
Not all we need.
Why
So,
would you need more than
even-
evidence? You have an evidence for a case,
Okay. You had no weapon at all.
no weapon.
Okay. What do you consider a weapon?
Everything and anything, I guess.
Are your hands a weapon?
Yes,
So you had a weapon.
I guess I did.
Your hands
that.
are a weapon.
I don't know.
Are your hands weapons?
Is this a circus?
No, it's a simple question. And sometimes when you don't want to answer things, you have a hard time answering simple questions. Did you have a gun with you?
I had 4 guns.
Okay. Did you have any knives with you?
Maybe 100.
Okay. What kind of knives?
Machetes from the jungle.
Okay. Any other weapons?
I had a laser fork.
What's that?
It's a fork that shoots a laser.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's a new scientific invention.
Got me there. I've never heard of a laser fork.
Yeah, they just made it recently.
And does it burn you?
You can.
You decide you have anything more you want to talk to us about? Like I say, it's just this whole situation is, you know.
So what's going on? Okay, so you have evidence for something you're saying I did. So,
Yeah.
Huh?
You know, if you want to talk to us about it, you want to be honest with you, we'll talk to you. We're not going to sit here and go round and round.
I'm not going around. I'm just asking like what are we
We're kind of
doing?
talking us in circles.
I'm really not. I'm trying to say
No, you
something
are.
and you're just interrupting me and saying I'm talking in circles.
Go ahead, talk.
Alright, so like you say you have evidence against me on something, so what is it? I'm going to jail or something tonight? Okay. Alright, so that's all there is to it then, I guess. I'll just go to trial or whatever.
That's how you choose to deal with it. That's how you choose to deal with it.
What do you mean?
That part's not up to us.
What? Oh, no, I know it's not up to you. I'm going to choose to go to trial. That's my choice.
Okay.
That would be up to me.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah.
Please hit a wall.
Talk to us, man.
What do you even want to know?
What happened?
What happened with what?
We're here to hear you out on whatever you have to say with no judgment, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's probably not many other people out there that are going to sit here and listen to you and explain what happened.
Nobody listens to me anyway.
Well, we're right here listening.
Doesn't matter.
Why not?
No one else is gonna listen. And you're just trying to throw me in jail, so what does it matter if you
What we're
listen?
trying to do, Jared.
Okay, then why are you even here? Then why am I even here? You're gonna throw me in jail, you say you have
Listen,
evidence.
we want to know what happened, man. You're not this upset over nothing, buddy.
But my issues are my own.
You have to go through life alone, man.
I have never not done
I
that.
know you haven't, but you don't have to. That's why I said we're here to listen.
Well, then if that was a
You're
choice,
human, man.
then why was I never given a way out of that? I'm not human.
You are.
No.
Bro.
Why do you say you're not?
Because that part of me died a long time ago.
When?
When I was 14.
Why? What happened then?
It's no one else's business.
It's obviously affected you a lot.
It did. It traumatized me.
Did it traumatize you so much that you do things that you regret?
Or do you do things out of anger that you can't control sometimes, like we all do?
That particular thing did not. I don't know what you're even talking about. That was just something that was traumatically upsetting and depressing to me. I don't know what you're talking about otherwise.
Well, a lot of times when something traumatic happens to somebody, it affects how they behave for the rest of their lives.
Well, it could have influenced, probably had more depression than somebody who hadn't had that happen to them, so
What about more anger?
why would I be angry about that?
I'm wondering. I don't know. You won't tell me what it is, so I have no idea whether it would make you angry or not.
Okay, well, it wasn't something that would have made me angry.
So it just made you depressed.
It just made me extremely sad.
Investigators speak about Jared's mental health issues and substance use.
Self-medicate to make yourself feel better?
No, I do drugs because because I have chronic pain. So I don't really do them to have fun or anything, I do drugs for spiritual reasons and for chronic pain issues, depending on, how it goes or whatever, but...
Have you ever done stuff when you're on drugs that you regret?
No, actually I haven't.
You never done anything that you regretted?
No, I can handle my... Okay, well, there was only one thing where I was what was that synagogue? Yeah.
Temporary.
Yeah, I popped a bunch of balloons for dead people, and I regretted that ever since I did it. I knew it was wrong. I was hurting a lot, and I was really up on drugs, and I like all these people had these balloons for their families.
You don't have to hold it in.
And I just started biting them open and tearing them. And they were for people who passed away. I'm responsible for what I do. And I'm not going to ask for forgiveness. I will apologize for when I'm wrong, but I'm not going to ask somebody to forgive me because that's not something to ask for because I have to take responsibility for what I do wrong.
Do you think that certain things that happen to you in life, though, affect your mental abilities
I don't know. I don't know
and
what that,
decision making?
I don't know that much about the brain and how that works.
Okay. Do you think it's possible, though?
That what? That something can affect you that affects you mentally, or something can
Yeah.
have to.
If you experience a trauma, that can affect the way you react to certain things.
I mean, I think I've seen people with PTSD who have like little triggers and stuff like where like certain things will upset them that other people don't get upset over.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen that before, so yeah, I guess.
What about you? What are your triggers?
Everything.
I think it's obvious that you care right now or you wouldn't be so upset.
I don't want anyone's forgiveness.
People who don't care about what happened and have no feelings don't get upset and cry like this. Okay, so you keep wanting us to think that you're not human and you don't have any feelings and all this stuff, but that's not the case. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't be the way you are right now. The way it makes you feel is pretty overwhelming. I think you seem overwhelmed right now.
I mean, I'm okay.
You're not okay. And it's okay to not be okay. Everybody doesn't have to be okay all the time.
But I'm okay right now.
You're not.
How am I not okay?
You're crying.
So? That happens all the time.
If you keep this in, it's gonna completely destroy you.
I hope it does.
Why? You think you
Because I
deserve
deserve
it?
it.
Why do you deserve that to happen to you?
Because I hate myself.
Why?
Because I always have.
But a little extra tonight.
No, just the same as usual.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
How are you going to tell me how much I hate myself?
Well, we're not saying you don't, but because this whole situation, we know, Jared. I mean, we're not stupid.
I'm not saying you
We
are.
know the whole situation, and based on what we know, it's no wonder you're feeling like you are. It is what it is. I would be feeling the same way. And we can sit here and go around all day, but until you come to grips with what happened, and you make amends, and you take responsibility, you be a man.
I'm about to.
Hmm? It's just you and me in here now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna judge you for whatever you have to say. I think it's, no matter what you're thinking in your head, everybody's gotta have somebody to talk to and get it off their chest. It's gonna, I'm telling you, it's gonna eat you alive keeping it in like that. And no matter what, listen to me, no matter what you think you deserve, that's not the case. Because I can tell from doing my research on you and your history with your dad, there's a reason that you did what you did. I know there's a reason in there. You're not a stupid guy. You know what we've been talking about all night. There's a reason that you haven't wanted to talk about it. There's a lot of trauma involved. But I'm telling you, you don't deserve to have this kept inside. You deserve to be able to talk to somebody. You know, this might be one of the only opportunities you get that you're going to talk to somebody when I'm telling you right now that I genuinely care about what you have to say. Okay? You might go somewhere else. I don't know where you're going to end up from here tonight. But I can guarantee you, you're probably not going to have anybody sitting in front of you like this that's actually going to care about what you have to say and actually listen to you.
Doesn't matter.
Why not? I'm telling you, the two of us, and all the time that we've been doing what we do, you know what the number one question that gets asked by family members? It's not where, it's not when, it's not how. They don't care about that. What's happened to that person has happened to that person. What they care about is why it happened to them. And we can't give them that unless you explain. Because, like I said before, everything else is just facts. We don't have the reasoning. If you don't tell us, it just seems like something senseless, which I don't think is the case. I think there's a lot of history here and a lot of stuff that was building up to what happened. I'm asking for the family.
Oh,
Because I have to call them and I have to tell them something.
right.
And
Okay.
I'm telling you, the number one question out of their mouth is going to be why. And I'm not going to be able to give them an answer. And that's what upsets me the most. Is there anything that you want me to tell them?
Who?
It's your
The
family.
family.
My family?
So you take no responsibility and you just show no remorse. Is that what I get?
For what?
Okay. It's a simple question. That's a no, right?
Whoa.
No remorse, no responsibility. It's life.
If that's how you want to look at it,
That's what I get. It's not how I look at it. It's how you're presenting it.
what am I presenting?
Presenting that you're not remorseful and that you're
Remorseful for what?
for what happened.
Like I said, I'm going to trial.
Okay, but that's what I'm saying. You can go to trial all you want.
Yeah.
The difference between going to trial and being remorseful.
I have to do something to be remorseful for it. So,
You
like,
got injuries on your hand.
okay, so me having injuries, I should be remorseful for my injuries.
Did you hurt somebody?
No, as far as I know, I did not hurt anyone. That's why I would be going to trial.
Okay. All right. Best of luck to you, buddy.
All right.
Good luck to you.
All right.
Not having enough evidence to charge Jared Noiman with homicide, police can't hold him in relation to his father's murder. The next day, Jared returns to the station, insisting he wants to speak with detectives again.
So what's going on? What? You said you wanted to talk to me?
Yeah.
What's up? You got in and out of jail pretty fast, huh?
I would like to confess to the murder of my father, Jay Noiman.
Okay. I appreciate you coming in and manning up and saying that. Yeah, let's talk about it. What happened?
I mean, I think I just had a huge lapse of judgment. My dad, I mean, I'm not trying to make excuses for why I did what I did because there's no excuse for it, but I was very stressed out and unhappy. My dad would constantly disrespect me and I felt like I was being bullied and harassed, and when I was in jail, in prison, and around all these, like, criminalized people, they always talked about how when people do bad things to you, you have to stand up for yourself, and you have to usually, retaliate with violence. And that's been so ingrained in my head that I was consistently, on a consistent basis, thinking about violence when people were mean to me, and I didn't know how to make them stop otherwise. And then in jail, I would be violent to people who were trying to mess with me, and they would stop. So I always thought that was the only way. And my dad would always call the police on me if I got violent towards him, like physically, and then it just got to a point where I was like, the only way to make it stop is to do this, and I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what. It's not his fault, he didn't deserve that. I just didn't know, I didn't know what I did until it was over, and I realized what I did, and I didn't understand, what the hell did I just do? My dad didn't deserve that. I mean, he wasn't the nicest person to me, but I don't think he deserved to die like that. It was horrible. I mean, I remember every second of it. It was awful. And I didn't mean to do that. I just felt like I was pushed too far, and I just reacted in a bad way.
How did he, when was the last time that you guys were together before the incident happened?
we were together, you know, about the time it happened. He just, you know, he parks his car in the garage and he goes upstairs to sleep. And I sleep in the car, so we were just near each other.
Did you guys get into a fight about something particular last night?
No, but I was just building, it's just anger that was built up for a very long
Everything
time.
had kind of accumulated to a boiling point?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's where you guys have been staying recently?
Yeah.
Okay. And does he always sleep outside of the car and you sleep in the car?
Yeah, usually.
Even when it's cold out?
I mean, he usually either takes 2 blankets or he'll like sleep in this like corridor spot, but
Okay.
yeah, sometimes he'll stay in the car if it's really too cold.
But you guys kind of need your space for a little bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Where was the car parked?
Just like on the first floor.
And where was he sleeping at?
He was upstairs on like one of the higher floors.
Okay. And so what happened that led up? Take me through exactly what happened.
I mean, nothing really like happened that made that happen. It's just like something I'd been like, I just thought of, you know, it just like kind of just came over me. And, you know, I didn't really see like what, you know, there's just a lot of, you know, there's a lot of like projections of violence in like media, like, I mean, like, you know, TV shows, stuff on the internet, music, everything is just so full of violence now, and it just totally, like, I mean, controlled my mind. Like, I just thought that was how you're supposed to react to people who do bad things to you.
Right.
And I just I just didn't even, you know.
I know this part's hard to talk about, but can you tell me exactly what you did to him?
Yeah, he was sleeping, and I walked up, and I had a knife in my hand, and I think the blanket was over his head, and I pulled the blanket off, and I think I started stabbing him in the throat, and he was like curly, like it was like blood, like, you know, telling me to stop, like, and I didn't, you know, and I said no, and I didn't know what I was doing at all, you know, and he fell on the ground at some point, and, you know, I started choking him, and I just told him just to go to sleep, you know, stop fighting, just go to sleep, and that's pretty much everything that happened. I saw the light leave his eyes and everything.
Where the knife that you used, how did you get that?
I bought it from the dollar store.
That day or
Yeah.
earlier?
That day.
Earlier
that day.
What dollar store?
On Federal.
In Boca Raton?
Mm-hmm.
Is it, what is it nearby?
It's by Chipotle.
Okay. So you went in there and you bought that knife. Did you buy anything else with it?
At the dollar store?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I bought like a bunch of trash bags and some gloves.
Okay. You drove the car over there, or did you walk?
No, my dad drove me there.
Oh, he drove you there.
Yeah.
Did he know what you bought?
No.
Okay, and that was around 2 or 3 o'clock.
Sometime in the afternoon. Yeah.
On Sunday, that's what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. And so after you walk from Publix to the dollar store, does he pick you back up?
Yeah.
And where do you guys go from there?
I don't exactly remember. I think he probably went and took me over to. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. So he went over to Barnes and Noble, and yeah, okay, and then I guess he went to sleep in the car for most of the time. I was outside walking around, pacing, being really aggravated, and I just started like, you know, just thinking about just bad stuff like that, and just.
When you went to the dollar store initially to buy the knife, is that what you were thinking about?
Well, that's why I bought the knife, yeah.
To kill your dad?
Yeah.
Okay. When did the idea first come in your head?
The day I think it was it was the same day.
Same day?
It was the same day when I was working. I was holding a sign for my job, and that's when the idea kind of happened.
Your job at Firehouse?
Yeah.
Okay. And the idea that came into your head, what was the idea?
That I, oh, it was really just a lot of selfishness, and misunderstanding like things. Like in all honesty, I was tired of kind of being like woken up early in the mornings and kind of being stressed out, and I thought like I'm gonna be honest, I thought things like, oh, like if I kill him, I'll just be able to like take his car and I won't, I know that obviously it's not gonna work, but take his car and just like be able to sleep, and my life will be better, I'll be free, and I won't have to deal with this anymore and stupid shit like that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything was blowing up and you just didn't want him to be around anymore.
I really just wanted the stress to stop. I didn't know what to do. I tried everything I knew how to do, and this was the only thing I didn't try. So I thought it was my only option. I didn't realize what I was doing.
Okay. We were talking about before the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
So when you guys got to the parking garage, is that soon after that when you went to the 7-Eleven the first time?
Well, when we got to the parking garage, I waited a little bit, and then I went and I got some coffee to stay up.
Mm-hmm.
And I met some homeless dude, so I bought him a Black and Mild.
Right, you met him right outside the 7-Eleven there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why you bought the coffee, you went out, and then you came back in for the cigarette?
Yeah.
Okay. And then when you left the 7-Eleven, did you go back to the parking garage, or did you go somewhere else?
Well, I talked to the homeless guy for like a really long time, and then I went back to the parking garage.
Okay, so you go back to the parking garage a little bit. Do you sleep at all, or you stay up?
No, I stayed up the whole night.
Were you playing video games or watching the anime?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of anime, listened to some like music that was putting aggressive thoughts in my head because I just felt like I was gonna do what I was gonna do. So.
Mm-hmm. So you're kind of preparing yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. So then you go back to the 7-Eleven. I think that's a little before 1 in the morning, right? Does that sound right?
I mean, I'm not sure, but.
In the middle of the night, would you say?
I don't. Like, I remember just being there, like, once or twice, but, like, just to get, like, a Black and Mild and some coffee. I might have got in there again to use the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the time I'm talking
about.
about.
Okay, that's probably what it was, yeah.
Okay. Okay, so after you use the bathroom and you go back to the car, then what happens?
By that time, actually, I did, about 1 a.m., I went over to the beach and actually tried to dig a hole that I was going to put his body in.
Okay. Where was that at?
It was right out on the beach by some grass. There was like a huge hole I dug. And
On Palmetto? Like right there?
Yeah.
You know how the big pavilion's on Palmetto?
Yeah, if you go downstairs, and then like when you're going downstairs, if you take a right, it's like all the way kind of down. There's like this big hole that's dug. Probably like 1 foot. Like I can dig that well. I was only using my hands.
Was it within view of people, the hole?
Well, it was pitch dark outside, so I don't think anyone really saw it, but like by morning, I'm sure they would have seen it, yeah. I think it was like, I tried to
to make it like a body size?
Yeah, I tried to.
Okay. Did you give up, or did you think that he was going to fit in the hole that you dug?
I was going to try to see if he would, but I don't think it was big enough, even.
Now that you're thinking back on it?
No, even when I was making it, there's no way he's going to fit in here, it's not going to happen.
Did you have a backup plan, since it didn't seem like he was going to fit in there?
No, like, other than that, just...
Okay. So how much time do you think you spent out there digging?
Like, like maybe 20, 30 minutes.
Okay. So after that, where do you go once you give up on digging the hole?
I think I just went straight to him. I went to the car. I waited a little bit because my arms were hurting from digging the hole. And I just waited like 20, 30 minutes or something. Probably not even 30 minutes, but like 10, 20 minutes. And then I just was like, you know what, it's time, basically. And I went up and I just kind of did it.
Okay. There's some video surveillance up there, a little bit of it that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what you were wearing?
A black shirt, black pants. Huh?
I was gonna ask, did you have shoes on?
No,
No shoes?
no shoes.
Okay. And when you walked up to him, when you first walked up to him, was it slow or fast or?
I think it kind of moved like, not like slow, but kind of creeped up on him, I guess.
Mhm. And where was the knife at this point?
In my hand,
Which hand was it in?
my right hand.
Your right hand?
Yeah.
And what did the knife look like?
It was like kind of like that, like had a point at the end.
Was it silver, black?
I would say it was like silverish.
Okay, what about the handle?
The handle was probably black.
And about how big was it?
Just like, I don't know, like that to fit in your hand, like kind of.
Oh, but the knife total, like how big was the knife?
Maybe kind of like.
Like a butcher knife?
Maybe that's what it was.
So you know how knife sets come? It was one of the bigger ones?
It wasn't like a huge.
Like it wasn't
knife,
like a little steak knife, right?
No, it wasn't a little steak
okay.
knife. Yeah.
So you have the knife in your right hand, and when he's sleeping, is he on his back, on his side?
I think he was on his back.
On his back?
I think
so
he was.
facing up?
I believe so. I pulled the covers off pretty fast, so I don't really exactly remember. He might have been on his side.
Okay. Do you remember where you hit him with the knife first?
Right in his neck.
In his neck? Do you remember which side?
So it must have been this side. I think I got him here.
Okay.
I'm not exactly sure.
And he was sleeping when you first stabbed him there?
When I first stabbed him, yeah, he was sleeping.
Okay. And did he wake up immediately when that happened?
Yes, he did.
Did he say anything to you immediately?
He told me to stop.
Okay. Was there a lot of blood?
Yes.
Okay. What happened after you stabbed him the first time?
He jumped up and was screaming.
He stood up?
Well, yeah, he jumped up really fast and like started trying to fight me off, and he was telling me, Jared, stop. And I said no. But he didn't really go very far. He just went like kind of like over here, like that,
Like away from you?
No, he was actually moving towards me, like trying to fight me off or something. So that,
Do you know, if you had to guess, how many times would you think that you hit him?
I don't know exactly, but I would say several. So I mean, maybe like, I couldn't even count, at least 4 or 5.
4 or 5 times stabbed him? And were those all in the neck area, or?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. And then what happens now that you're both standing?
For some reason, I can't exactly remember this part, but at some point we both ended up on the ground, and I was on top of him, choking him.
Where's the knife at this point?
Well, it was right by where he was sleeping at.
So it got dropped?
No, actually the knife broke.
Oh, it broke?
Yeah, and so the pieces just fell over.
Okay. So when that first time when you stabbed him a couple times, where did the other stabs come? If the knife broke?
I actually stabbed him a couple times with the broken knife.
With the broken knife?
Yeah, there was like a little piece left, but I kept stabbing him. Like I must have hit him like maybe 2 or 3 times before it actually broke, and then the piece just went flying.
Which piece went flying?
The blade part broke off and went flying.
Okay. And you still had the handle in your hand?
Yeah, and the handle had still a little sharp piece, and I hit him with that too.
Okay, so you hit him so when you guys are standing up, are you still hitting him with the handle?
Yeah,
or
a little bit.
And where did you think you hit him with the handle?
Probably in the neck.
In the neck?
Yeah.
The same side or the other side?
Maybe the same side.
Okay. And you said you guys end up on the floor?
Yeah.
And at what point does that happen?
Towards the end of it, I mean, like just right after he jumped up and started fighting me off. I don't know. I guess, I think I tried to make him stop screaming, so I might have tried to choke him or something, but then he, I guess eventually he just fell down and.
So when you're saying you tried to choke him, he was still standing up?
Yeah, a little bit, I mean, I think so. He was, I don't know if I wrestled him to the ground or if he just fell, but, eventually, yeah, he was leaving.
Okay. So eventually he ends up on the ground and you end up on top of him?
Yeah.
And what do you have in your hands at that point?
I dropped the knife, so I let it go, and then I just had the nitrile gloves, and I just started choking him.
Okay. So you had the gloves on when you went up there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just kept telling him to go to sleep, and said I don't remember everything I said. I just remember saying that he was very cruel to me, and I think I remember I said I didn't want to do this to him, and that I said he was very cruel to me, and I probably said a couple other things, but I don't remember. But that was really it until he passed away.
How did you know that he was dead?
I saw the life leave his eyes.
Okay. Did you see him breathing at all?
It's not like he was breathing, but like his body was like reacting like it was like trying to have air or something, and I thought maybe he was still alive, so I kept like forcing his windpipe down. And but then I realized like when I took my hands off, it was just his body like doing something that he was dead, and like I took my hands off and a huge amount of air like sucked into him, and then I got off of him. I tried to use the trash bag, but then I just I saw across in the apartment that there was a light on, and I didn't know if I was being watched or something, so I got really scared, and I just said, "Oh, I can't be here," or something like that. And then I got in the car and just I took his keys and I got in the car and just took off immediately.
When you said you tried to use the trash bag, what did you try to use the trash bag to do?
I was gonna try to put him in the trash bag and carry his body to the hole and try to bury it.
Did you get any part of his body in the trash bag?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't remember if I even got it over him before I just
got scared.
Well, because I might have just said forget that and just. I just grabbed his phone and I said, "I'm sorry, I didn't want to do this. I'm sorry."
And what did you think when he was laying there? Did you think somebody was gonna find him, or?
Well, I knew eventually someone was gonna find him. Yeah.
Did you think we were gonna know who he was?
At the time, I didn't know he could. I didn't know he was gonna be identified, but I understood later that was completely idiotic. So, I don't know. Like, there's obviously a lot of bad thoughts going through my head, so I didn't, think straight.
Yeah. No, I understand.
Yeah. And then I just started heading north, and then that's when the Delray Police stopped me and saw the blood all over me. They just, I saw him pass me by. I don't remember what I thought, but I wasn't really scared. But then he pulled behind me and the lights went on. I was like, oh, it's over. Like, he knows what he's gonna see me covered in blood. He's gonna know what I did, blah, 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 And he walked up to the window, I just said I had a nosebleed. And
did you think he was gonna believe you?
I didn't really know if he was gonna believe me or not. I don't know if he did or didn't. But if he did or if he didn't believe me, he didn't show it. He just acted like he did believe me. And then his other officer pulled up, and he had the flashlight, and then he started looking at me, and he said, "Oh, there's too much blood on you. That's not from a nosebleed. I mean, this is not a nosebleed." And he was very suspicious. So eventually they had me come out the car because they wanted, we're gonna call, medics and get you checked out because that's not from a nosebleed,
Right.
But eventually he's just like, this is obviously not a nosebleed. So what happened? Tell us what happened. Then I made up the story about getting in a fight and getting beat up and all that.
Okay.
Obviously the one guy was really suspicious, but they didn't really show before they left.
Right.
They just kind of got the thing over with and just.
And did they give you a ticket?
Yeah, I believe they did.
Okay. So the marks that you've got on your hands and on your legs and stuff that we took pictures of last night, was that from the altercation with your dad?
Yes, but I don't remember how these happened at all. I don't know if this is the knife got me or because I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel anything that's going on with me.
Your adrenaline was probably going pretty fast, right?
I mean, I didn't notice it if it was. Okay. I didn't feel like
you weren't shaky or anything afterwards.
No, I wasn't. Afterwards, yeah, but
during.
During, I was just really aggressive, I guess, and
So the fight that you said you got into last night and stuff like that, that never happened, right? That other
Right.
fight with the black male?
Yeah, that never happened.
Okay.
It felt to me like the alternative was putting up with a lot of crap, you know, and like stress, and like for me, what would be like kind of like suffering,
Mhm.
and it was hard to decide that, you know, like to just like to just deal with things. But I told myself, you know, like maybe I just need to work hard and do the right thing, you know, and just move out when you know, when the time comes, and then I can buy all my own stuff, you know. I don't have to do anything to him and take his stuff, and you know.
Mhm.
There was just this, you know, this part of me that was telling me like, no, like, you know, like you need to just do things the right way. This is wrong, you know, like. And then there was another part of me that was like, nah, just buy the stuff anyway in case maybe you need to do this, you know, in case, you know, you get brought to a point where you feel like this is what you need to do. I think after I bought it, I pretty much had the full intention to do it.
Okay.
But when I was over at my job holding the sign, I said I could do it, like I could just do it tonight and then it's all be over with. I guess I had decided it. I remember when he drove over to the Barnes & Noble parking lot and parked his car and he was like sleeping and I was walking around aggravated, that's when the full intention came over me.
Did you think about doing it there?
No, I wasn't going to kill him there. I was
Yeah.
going to wait till we got to the beach because I thought, well, nobody's going to be around at night. Like, it's cold, you know, I might have.
You didn't want anybody to see you.
Obviously, like,
Yeah.
I thought, for some reason, I thought I was going to be able to get away with it or something stupid. I don't know.
Okay.
It was, like, when I saw him sleeping, I think it was just starting to get dark. And then by the time I was pacing it over on the sidewalk, it was completely dark.
Okay. And so at what point do you go back to the car?
Probably around 8 o'clock.
Okay,
He
yeah.
was laying down in the bed.
Okay.
Then he got back up to let me in. And got in. And we drove to the beach.
Okay. And he parked on, which level did you say he parked on again?
The first level.
The one that's like on the very ground, or the
Yeah, the
one
very
above?
ground.
The very ground.
Yeah.
Okay. So he parks on that level, and you stay in the car, and he takes his stuff and goes up there.
I guess I went over to the door and told him, like, okay, well, if you're gonna sleep here, you can't, you know, be, you know, getting up and, you know, going to the bathroom and making me upset, you know.
Mhm.
And he said, yeah, fine, you know, just leave me alone or whatever, you know. And okay, and then I left, and then I sent him a text, you know, at some point and said, you know, oh, well, you can't wake me up tomorrow because I need rest, you know, like I only have 2 days of rest before work, you can't wake me up tomorrow. Where he was saying, like, you know, that, you know, he needs to go to work and stuff. And he said, for me, well, why don't you just sleep outside? And then, when I left the door, he like locked the door and he locked himself inside, and I was
Inside that corridor.
inside the corridor, yeah. And I was, you know, I was planning to do that, what I did that night. So I was like, oh, there's no way I can do it. You know, he kind of like protected himself. But then when he called me, he was talking about like, he was talking about like, okay, well, if you don't want to get woken up, just sleep outside. You know, you can take the blankets. And I said, no, I can't do that. You know, I said, it's too cold, I can't do it, blah, blah, blah. And then he said, you know, I don't know how it got to this point really, but for some reason he said, you know, would it make you happy if I slept outside? And I just said, yeah, because I wanted to hurt him. And then when he left and went upstairs, and I thought, you know, that was maybe a sign that I was supposed to do it after all.
Mhm.
I might have just hung out on my phone for a little while.
Okay.
Before, and then I think it wasn't too long afterward that I walked over there.
So you walk over to 7-Eleven, you get yourself a coffee so you can stay up.
Mm-hmm.
You walk out, you some talk with the homeless guy there.
Mm-hmm.
You buy him a cigarette,
Mm-hmm.
and then you talk with him for a while more,
Mm-hmm.
and then you go straight back to the parking garage. Oh wait, you went to the beach at some point, right?
Well, yeah, that was like at 1 a.m, but
So
after I talked to him, like, there was a point where he had me go back in the store and buy him another Black & Mild.
Okay.
So, and then I guess I went and used the bathroom or something, but yeah,
Okay, so then you do that, then
oh yeah, and then after I talked to him, I went back to the car, looked at what time it was, and by 1 a.m, I went to the beach, yeah.
And then at that point, when you realize the hole's not gonna work, do you walk back to the parking garage or do you go anywhere else?
I walked back to the parking garage, I believe.
So you were wearing that black t-shirt and that black pants that you were...
According to him, after he was stopped by the Delray Police, he disposed of his bloody clothing, gloves and bedsheet in a garbage can in front of an office depot. Still covered in blood, he then found a gas station washroom to wash up in. Then he went to sleep in a Walgreens parking lot.
Okay, how long do you sleep for?
I didn't look at the time, but it was, you know, from 7 o'clock. I mean, I probably woke up like probably late, like 1 or 2 p.m.
And when you wake up, what do you do?
I went into Walgreens and I bought some cough medicine. I took the cough medicine. Well, I had to move my, I didn't really do much. I had to move my car because some like dude parked his truck right by the car, so it was like kind of bothering me because I was trying to watch something and like the car like in my face, or the truck's in my face.
Mm-hmm.
So I moved the car over somewhere else. And I stayed there for a while, but like because I was high on the cough medicine, I was talking to the homeless guy on the phone and like telling him like, you know, let's hang out or something. And
the homeless guy that you met at 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
So you had his phone number?
Yeah. But he eventually said I guess he kind of said I could come over there. So at some point I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go over there and find him. So I started driving back to Boca, or no, north on 441 to Boca. Then I believe I went west, or not west, east on Glaze, all the way to the point of I think it was Federal, and that's when they stopped me. You know.
That's when they stopped you and arrested you last night.
Yeah.
And then we talked to you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want another glass of water?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get us both water and I'll be right back, okay?
Okay. After hearing all that, Dad, I'm sure you're very furious. I don't have an excuse for what's wrong with me. I don't know. I'm sure you're very angry, and you have every right to be. You know, you can be mad at me. I did what's wrong and stupid. I should have never did that. You don't have to forgive me. It was wrong. Very wrong. But I turned myself in, okay? So, you know, I'm trying to do what I can, you know, make up for it. I know I can never make up for it. So I'm trying. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry it was happened. I'm sorry I'm such a sicko in the head. I'm sorry I was so sick. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do the right thing. I'm trying. It was a mistake. It was just a really bad mistake. I should have never did that.
Hanging in there, bud?
Yeah.
Here's your water, okay?
Thanks.
You need a second?
Huh?
You need a second?
I'm okay.
You alright?
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want to tell me right now and get off your chest?
I don't think I did anything else in my life that, you know, that I
Okay.
need.
What about anything else about last night that I might not have asked you, but you think might be important or something?
I mean, I pretty much gave it every single detail so far. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I don't think there was anything else that happened.
Okay. How do you think Mom's gonna be upset when we call her? Did she have a good relationship with your dad?
No, she didn't.
No?
No.
Okay. Doesn't seem like a lot of people did.
No.
Are you sorry about what happened?
I'm extremely sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could go back, would you take it back?
Yes.
Yeah. Give me a couple minutes, okay? I gotta go talk to a couple people. And then we're gonna figure out where we go from here, okay?
Okay.
But hey, Jared, look at me real quick. I appreciate you coming in, okay? I appreciate you taking the responsibility, realizing what happened. You know, everybody makes mistakes, okay? Like I told you before, I'm not here to sit across from you and judge you, okay? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here so that I can, hopefully, to the other people in your family, explain to them why what happened, okay?
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So I don't want to just say, I don't think you're this cold and callous person who did this for no reason, okay? I think you've got a lot in your history and a lot going on and a lot of things that led up to what happened last night, okay?
Sure.
All right? So I appreciate you coming in, okay? And I appreciate you talking to me and explaining everything to me, okay?
At trial, Jared Noiman's lawyers claimed that Jay had been abusive for years, and this culminated in Jared feeling he had no choice but to kill his father. The prosecution argued that Jay was a caring father who had constantly tried to help his troubled son. Prosecutors also pointed out that the murder didn't occur in a moment of self-defense. It was a planned-out crime, with Jared having purchased a knife and garbage bags and dug a hole on the beach to bury the body in advance of attacking his sleeping father. Ultimately, the jury sided with the prosecution. Jared Noiman was convicted of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison.